Welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. It's been kind of a busy year for us and we did not get to use our RV as much as we had hoped. However, it did come in handy this spring when we were building the house in southern Ohio. We got to stay in there while we tore the old cabin down. And we were planning on taking a trip out to New England for about a month, but a medical issue arose with Karen, so we had to put that on the back burner. And now it's the time of year where I need to winterize it and get it prepped and ready to store it on the side of our garage for the better part of the winter. Well, hello, welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. It is that time of year where the weather's starting to turn and everything needs to get winterized. And I just recently winterized the inside of the RV. I put antifreeze in all the drains, and then I normally just blow out all the water lines with a little device that I can hook up to my compressor and just selectively blow the lines out. I don't have to use antifreeze to fill up the lines and risk wasting antifreeze, plus also taking that time then in the spring to try to get all that stuff out of your water lines. So all the water lines are clear. I got antifreeze in the traps, and now I've been debating for years now on what to do on the outside. I've heard bad things about putting a tarp on top of your RV, that you don't strap it down tightly enough, that it's going to flap in the breeze and that could wear out certain areas and rub off some of the finish, and also maybe get rid of some of the waterproof and sealant that's on top of your roof. So I've ordered a product here that's supposed to fit fairly snug on your RV. It also is going to protect the tires, it's going to protect the electric jack up front, some special straps for different areas of the RV. Still allow you to get access in there, still allow it to breathe, but protect it from the elements. So right here are 4 covers that would be used for your wheels if you want to protect your wheels from getting sun damage or rot. It's got a bunch of straps. Here's some protective padding for some of the areas that stick out. This would be like for your gutter areas. I have little gutters on each corner of the RV. This will help prevent from ripping any of the material when you do cover it up. More straps. Some clips. And then this looks like the cover itself. It comes in a carrying bag, so you can put everything inside of this bag that I just took out. And here is the RV cover. All right, so here's everything that came in the box. Let's go set this up and see how well this is going to fit on my RV. Okay, I'm going to let the roof dry and start prepping things down on the ground. So getting the cover on, the first thing I had to do when I unrolled it is I wasn't positive where the front or the sides are. So it's best to unroll the whole thing and then see which sides unzip. Zipper here, so this would be the door side maybe. And then once you have that laid out, then I bunched it all back in, brought it on top of the roof of the RV. And I wanted to show you could do this with one person. They recommend 2 people, but I was able to put it up there with one person, lay it out, and it was kind of a windy day too. The heaviness of the cover made it so that it wasn't flapping around into the wind that much, so that helped out. And you really just need to cover up the corners, get those down a little bit, and then you'd come off the top. One thing you want to make sure is beware of where your air conditioner are, where you have vents. We have a small little vent for the black tank. So those are things you don't want to step on or trip on. Same thing, we have a little skylight in the back where our shower is. Just be wary of those things once you cover them up so you don't accidentally step on it, trip on it, and then fall off the roof of your RV. Once you have it all situated on top, you just come on down. And I used a ladder just to snug things down, pull down each corner, got everything in position, and that worked out good. I'll show you what it looks like when you just roll this up, and if we still want to gain access to the RV, we just unzip the two panels here, roll it up. There is Velcro on the top to hold up those panels, nice and convenient. Make access to your RV, roll it back down. So there's a couple schools of thought when it comes to covering up an RV. One is don't do anything. A lot of people say RVs are stored on a lot and they're stored outside, so why don't you just leave it stored outside when you buy one? And to that I say, when you buy a car off of a car lot, of course they're stored outside because of the space, but if I have a garage, I'm going to store that car in a garage and protect it. Now, I don't have a garage big enough to store my RV, but I still want to protect it. The other thing could be a tarp. Tarps are not the greatest thing to use, one, because they flap very easily in the breeze, and two, they do not breathe. So if you get moisture and condensation underneath your tarp, you're going to have some green mold growing underneath there. And if you're prone to a lot of wind in your area, that tarp's going to flap around, create friction and hot spots on certain parts of your RV, and wear off the finish or wear off some of the waterproof caulk or adhesive that's up on top of the roof. So there's many reasons why not to use a tarp. This cover is designed to breathe, but it's also waterproof and windproof. Sorry about that sun glare. Now the next thing I need to do is strap it down. So there's straps for the front and the rear, also to go underneath the trailer, snugs things up. Okay, so the straps are labeled in each package to let you know what's in them. In addition, all the straps have buckles on them as well as the tarp. We've got all the straps on the front, the rear, and underneath, and now this is a horizontal strap that goes around the whole circumference of the trailer. Okay, so I got the horizontal strap locked in, and that goes all the way around the circumference of the trailer. It gives you two different sizes. I had to use the larger one. This one was a little bit smaller, came up short. And other than that, there's just a few more style like bungee hooks that it comes with. So if you need to strap down a couple loose areas, like I could see this flapping a little bit. So if you want to strap that down, tie it down a little bit. It also comes with some extra material in case you wear a hole in an area. So you basically have this excess here with a sticky back to it if you want to make a patch or need to make a patch on there. But it seems pretty snug. We'll see how much protection we get. I'm going to be happy that it's not going to be getting beat in the sun and keep some of that weather off of it, the snow. We still have access to get it inside if we need to. Also, there's these Velcro covers here to keep this from accidentally unzipping. So you put the zipper down, put your Velcro cover on, and then it should not undo itself. So in addition to the straps, let's also put the tire covers on, and then there's a cover for the tongue jack to keep that out of the weather too. Okay, so there you have it, your RV cover, all protected for the winter. If you want information on this cover, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, if you want any information on the hose here that I use to blow out the lines, this would come in handy with an RV, or even if you have some property that you don't use in the winter time and you want to try to blow out the lines, you could hook this up to one end of a spigot, this up to a compressor. I use around 30 psi to blow out the lines on this RV. You don't want to put your compressor more than 30 psi. You don't want it to be at 100 because you could blow something out. Then also, when you go back to put your RV in service in the spring and you're going to start filling your hot water tank, before you put that anode back in with that nut on there, you want to clean out that hot water tank really good, flush out all the sediment. You'd be surprised how much dirt is going to come out of there. You hook this up to a hose, you can stick that right into the hole of the hot water tank, swish it around, let stuff just naturally flow out through the excess hole there where the anode goes in, and then seal it up and then start filling it up with water. So if you want any information on any of this stuff, look at the description below. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one's coming out, and keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.